King, then Prince of Wales, and his two boys had to embark on that extraordinary procession behind Diana, Princess of Wales. I mean, today will be bringing back all sorts of memories, but for everybody, the obvious essential message is that this is all about Her Majesty. Nothing else matters.
Mm. So the King is making his way with his two sons to Westminster Hall initially, because the King will be part of that formal procession. He will be processing on foot behind the gun carriage drawn by those 140 naval ratings, and they will be processing towards the Abbey, ready for the service to begin at 11 o'clock. They're making good progress, and they're down towards Horse Guards Parade. And what we'll see is, of course, the King's car making its way across the parade ground and through the famous archway of Horse Guards onto Whitehall, and then they'll have Parliament directly ahead of them. Big Ben still sounding once a minute. 96 tolls of the bell for every year of the Queen's long life, and that is the backdrop. And of course, before long, when that procession gets underway, we'll have the sound of Big Ben combined with the pipes and drums and the other military bands who are there too, including the band of His Majesty's Royal Marines in Parliament Square. And turning onto Whitehall itself. Some cheers from some of the crowds who've gathered. Some of them have been there since very early this morning, because lots of people realise that one of the most intense and emotional sections of the procession will be when the Queen's coffin passes the cenotaph there in the centre of Whitehall, where Her Majesty led the nation's remembrance for decades, until in recent years she was too frail to do so, and the Prince of Wales, as he then was, stood in and led the remembrance on her behalf. So the King, rapidly approaching Parliament Square, past the statue of Winston Churchill there, just on the right-hand side, and in through the gates into New Palace Yard. And there you have a great vista of this part of Westminster. And the ancient structure of Westminster Hall directly in front of the car. We'll be pulling up to the north door of Westminster Hall. They'll go into the hall, and they will then be witnesses to the moving of the Queen's coffin from the catafalque, which is in there, where the lying in state has been happening, to the state gun carriage of the Royal Navy, which will be drawn up in front of these doors once the royal party is inside. Duke of Sussex there, and Peter Phillips, the Princess Royal's son, the Lord Great Chamberlain, who's in charge of the royal sections of the Palace of Westminster, the Speaker of the House of Commons greeting them, Lindsay Hoyle, and the Speaker of the Lords, the Lord Speaker, Lord McFall. Back at Westminster Abbey.